right? And it's like, you know, at first when I heard it, and here's the thing too, he was raising money to release his film.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's telling him, like, dude, why aren't you just releasing it? Like, why are you trying to make money off this?
Mm-hmm.
And he explained it. I need to make the most money I can because I need proper legal defense.
Mm-hmm.
Because here's the thing. I don't know if you guys have ever been terrorized by an ex or a weirdo or something, or a work or just whatever. These people will make your life a living hell. How many times do we see on Instagram? Mm-hmm. Oh, so-and-so girl's posting about this, or this guy's posting about me, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they make your life a living hell.
Right.
They can make people come up to you like, so what's up? You know, like whatever. That's one person who's literally a nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Now imagine a whole industry, what they can do to you. That is what's so fucking nuts. It's so scary. It's like Corey Feldman said that he was with a group of people. And there was a car that was just basically trying to run him over. And the thing, what's crazy to me too is like, he said, let's take away the fact like maybe they didn't want to run over Corey Feldman, but they definitely try to run over a group of people. Like, dude, these are some red flags. You know what I mean? And someone else who he doesn't say it explicitly. But with all this information that's out, read between the lines. I love him. Dave Chappelle. He turned down, $50 million? Right? And he went to Africa.
Right.
And for years, he was deemed as crazy. He did this, like...
He disappeared from, like, you know, all Hollywood stuff.
He disappeared. But it's like... He talks about it in this comedy skit that he has about he says, oh, you know, imagine if the worst part in Hollywood summarized. Imagine if the worst part in Hollywood isn't just these guys, the casting couch.
Okay, yeah.
And it's like,
well, I'm saying is, like, I think that's what I've been saying from the beginning. I think whether you believe in anything that you hear or whatever, there's got to be like different worlds, like underworlds that like we don't even know. Like I'm pretty sure the rich have their own thing that none of us probably have an idea. Like for instance, I remember one of my customers once said that the parents from the high school. Now, this is a rich high school, right? So I'm sure the people that go there are wealthy.
Yeah.
So apparently they had these things called fishbowl parties. And at first he didn't know what that was. He's like, oh, yeah, whatever, I'll go. Turns out, in this fishbowl, they turn all their keys. It's couples, right? So it's couples.
So just the parents are at the
party?
party?
All these parents, it's at like a parents' party to kind of like, you know, the parents from
That's weird.
Exactly. So they go and then they have this fishbowl, and in this fishbowl they put their car keys. And the game, you know, as the evening goes, they have their food, drinks, or whatever. At the end of this party or whatever, they're supposed to have essentially change partners, kind of like, what do you call it? Swingers, like a swingers party. And the way it would be, like, say me and my wife first. I go and pick a key, and it's say you and your wife, and we're gonna be exchanging. And that's how they do it. Now, my customer at the time, he's like,
all right, tell him we gotta hang out with him.
No. And, well, that's how this thing is.
No, but anyways, yeah.
And on this thing, he goes like, oh, I'm not gonna be part of that. He left and all that shit.
Ooh,
and he tells me that, like, not to think about this, something as simple as someone in our neighborhood. Something
and in a sense, that's, you know? Like, you know, if you guys are freaky, then that's your own shit, you know, which is, but the fact that it's,
well, the point to the story is like there's so many things that we don't even know about, like something as simple as that. I mean, it's not simple, but you know, something not as crazy as trafficking. In, you know, there's so many things that we don't know. Hollywood elites and all that stuff. Like, you know, money. It's really, I mean, if you have money, the options are endless. You know, I mean, except for death, maybe. But
think about it this way, dude.
No, man.
The more money you have, the more you can live out your fantasies.
Dreams. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. That's what these artists or celebrities, you know, whether it's true or not, Like, it sounds something like someone with money would do. Because obviously, you need money to get all these people all on the same page and for nobody to say anything. And for somebody to hide it, I mean, not well enough because, apparently there's stuff out in the open, but still not completely open. Not like, oh my God, yeah.
And again, too, like, this is just coming from us, you could say. Everybody listening right now. Oh, these guys are just saying that. They're just, following what's on Instagram. Okay. But what Dave Chappelle said, what Corey Feldman, they said it themselves. What Ricky Gervais said on the Golden Globes, I hope you guys have seen that Golden Globes, his whole speech, the whole night that he spoke. He said so many things about, like, attacking all of Hollywood. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, he was like, basically in one of these, he was promoting his own show, Afterlife. Mm-hmm. Right, and he was saying, about a man that his wife died and he wants to commit suicide. And then he's like, spoiler alert, there's a season 2 coming out. So obviously he didn't kill himself, just like Jeffrey Epstein. And it's like, dude, all of Hollywood was just shocked. And he just kept saying, like, shut up. Like, I know he was your friend. Like, shut up. Like, and then he's like, talking about all you perverts. It was a big year for pedophile movies. It's like Surviving R. Kelly. What is it? Something Neverland.
Escape from Neverland.
And then he's like the 2 popes, and then people's faces, but it's like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But see, even with all of that, like, some people will catch it, some people won't catch it. But at the end of the day, even if it's in your nose, basically, like, people are gonna just ignore it. One, because it's not affecting them personally. You gotta understand, like, all these things that go on in life. If it doesn't really affect you personally, it's not like, for instance, and it's sad to say. It's sad to say because, like, for instance, the Black Lives Matter movement. Like, yeah, I think I agree with it. Mm-hmm. But there's also people who are like, oh, well, I'm not black. I don't really care for it. Not that,
Yeah,
it doesn't affect. I mean, yeah, each his own opinion. I don't agree with that opinion, but at the same time, if it doesn't affect you directly, you're not gonna,
And another thing too, for a lot of people too, everyone's very quick to say fuck the cops, right? Imagine if you were... I know a really good friend of mine. She's a cop, right? And the stuff that she goes through, like... And again, see, this is the problem. People are very black and white. Mm-hmm. Either you support this or you don't. Mm-hmm. Dude, like... There are bad apples out there. There's certainly bad apples out there. Mm-hmm. But they're not the whole tree. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it's like... What we have right now is a lack of understanding of perspective of, like, caring for other people. Like, we as humans are very selfish, right? And right now it's such a huge thing that's going on with this whole mask thing. I will tell you guys this, me personally, right? I don't think this COVID is that serious, right? Okay, right? I don't think it's that serious. But will I wear my mask? Yes. Because it's required by law. And also, there are people around me who could be very susceptible to it. They could die from it. Mm-hmm. Right? If I were to think selfishly, no, fuck that. I'm going to go wherever. And that's what a lot of people do. They don't wear the mask because, like, no, I don't care. Like, don't stop thinking about yourself. Think about other people.
That's what I'm saying. But see, people are not going to do that. Human beings, unfortunately, have that bad... everybody does it. Like, we're all guilty for it, I think. Like, nobody cares unless it really affects you. So, going back to the whole Hollywood stuff and the trafficking and all that stuff, you're not going to care for it unless either, like, you're really not self-conscious, that's not the word. You're
affected
by it, or, that's mainly it.
Just like, what we're saying is, just keep an eye out for that kind of stuff, dude. Like,
anybody, like, if anybody can do, I mean, it's kind of hard to even know what to do. Like, I guess if you ever see something and, you always have to, like, denounce it, you have to. I mean, I think if you can help, basically the most important thing is if you can help change someone's, life in a positive way, then go ahead and do it, and that goes for anything, that's you telling on a crime, and stop everybody with the whole snitching part, that's a whole different thing, there's if someone say we're standing here, we see someone get killed, and we know who it is, like, dude,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's, I'm not a gangster or anything like that. There's different statuses, and there's different things for each situation. Gangsters live a certain life. Normal human civilians is another. But at the end of the day, like I said, if anybody can do anything for somebody, go ahead and do it. And if you can spread the word, if you don't want to harm anybody, because like I said, child trafficking is bad, rape is bad, being racist is bad. There's so many things that even if it's just a little bit, we can all help. And that sounds corny because everybody says these words, but it's the truth.
And yeah, and another thing that I'm really big on is if someone has a very different opinion from you, listen and see where they're coming from. Don't just attack. And I feel like that's a problem that's going on with a lot of people right now. If you say anything that's against the popular belief, you're chastised. Like, why? Why is there such a level of ignorance? For example, like, and again, this is not endorsing anything. This is not political crap. But, for example, with the election coming up, a problem that's going on is that a lot of people are going to vote for Biden. Why? Because he's not Trump. See, and that's already an issue of itself. Like, you have to do your research, and it's like, I was showing you earlier, and I don't know if you guys have seen this, but Biden is not ideal. He has a lot of speaking problems. He referred to God as that thing because he didn't know what it was called, and he's out there. There's videos of him sniffing and kissing young girls, and it's like, you guys, it's just.
I guess we're not telling anybody what to do, but at the end of the day, at least for me, it's so hard to stand in one because, like I said, I don't agree with Biden, definitely. I don't agree with Trump at all. It's like, it's hard.
We don't agree with anyone.
Yeah, like, it's really hard to stand behind somebody, I believe in voting, but at the same time, like, who am I going to vote for? Like, it's crazy. It's like, choices are definitely, this is not, whatever we pick, we're doomed in a sense. And again, I'm also, I don't care I don't care, but at the end of the day, everybody's life, you can make your own life. You can make, if you work hard and dream about something, you can definitely, achieve your dreams. But I guess in the big scheme of it all, voting has become such a hassle, then I don't know, man.
But with all this going on, I don't put it past anything that, like you said, like you've always said to me, the voting probably doesn't even count. They probably really do. They choose who they want.
Again, I guess this kind of goes
societies.
I guess this kind of comes to the whole conspiracy theory. There's a thing, it's called a trilateral group or something. Someone of those names. But the point is, they pick the presidents. There's this system, these group of people, if you want to call it like that picks the president to, they put these people kind of like puppets to kind of direct them and, and kind of follow a plan. So that's why I say, I don't know, voting, yeah, sounds cool. Yes, I voted, and kind of makes you want to feel like, yeah, I made a choice. But at the end of the day, like, I don't know, man. It's just not something that.
Do your research, people. Do your research. I don't know, man.
But let's leave on a lighter note, But again, to kind of recap on that, do your research, learn more, help if you can, and I don't know. Hopefully, these monsters can ever get locked up, because nobody should get away with them taking the freedom out of a child or anybody per se, specifically children.
Ask people that you guys know, how they're doing, which see what they're up to. What have you been up to, anyways?
Nothing much, man. Just working, man. Just working. That's pretty much it. Work on some stuff, but nothing major. Just chilling. Watching the highlights of basketball, man. Basketball's back.
Basketball's back.
Lakers, man. Yes, I'm happy, but at the same time, I'm, I don't know, man. They need to step up their game, man. They look really bad against the Raptors. They look really terrible against the Raptors. They barely beat the Clippers. They've been looking really, really like. I agree they're gonna be the